Alrighty, hey guys, and welcome to the Emo Kitten Show. I'm Angela Nason, or as we all know, Ms. Nason, and this is the Emo Kitten Show, or TECast, as I like to call it. And today I'm doing a story time, and this is a new thing where I'm going live, first time, and story time. So what I want to do is basically tell you guys about my trip to Louisiana. And yes, I went this week. Well, not this week, but last week. And it was quite the exciting trip. And so my thing was we went and it was early in the morning. I had to get up super early, like 6 a.m. in the morning or so to get up, get dressed, eat breakfast, which that was all in itself an adventure. And we got to the airport, RDU. Funny thing, we were running a bit late because I was last one to get up out of bed. And when we got there, it was too late to check our bags. So we had to make a split decision. Either get on the plane without our luggage or reschedule the flight for another time to where we could check our bags and have security, go through them and all that. Well, me and my sister, April, because I went with my sister, just me and her, our first time flying alone. And so we made the decision to go without our bags. And our father would send us money to buy new clothes for while we're there. So we did that. We got on the plane from RDU to Atlanta. That was fun. Got to walk around the airport for a little bit. We found our gate all right and all. And then after that, we did this thing where we got to our gate. We waited a little bit. We did eat though, because it was around lunchtime. And so we got Five Guys because the airport in Atlanta is like a mall. So we did that. And then after we got on the plane from from Atlanta, the airport in Atlanta, we took the flight down to Monroe, which is in Louisiana. And from there, we got out into the airport where we found our grandmother because we were staying with our granny at that time. And then she drove us up to the nearest Walmart and we got clothes and stuff for me and my sister for the week. That way we would have stuff. And then as we were doing that, we were walking around, we did everything. And after getting stuff, we went back to her house for the night and chilled out, had supper, which was, I believe, pizza. I think it was pizza. But after that, we had Monday morning. Monday morning. I went to my other grandmother's house, my stepdad's mother, and we did arts and crafts and stuff. And we also went to one of my grandmother's friends' houses, and we did bookmark corners, like the little page markers, which they look like Pikachu. You know, the famous Pokemon with the yellow and black tipped ears, the electric type. Well, we made those, and then we also made a baby card for one of my managers at my work because I work at a grocery store. No, her name's Maggie, and so I made her a card for her baby to go with the gifts I got her. And then after that, we went back to my Mims's house and we started working on my senior year scrapbook because I'm going back to school in the fall. So we kept up with that. And then we went to do stuff. We had pizza for lunch at my favorite place, Johnny's. I love getting my pizza from there. It's so good. There's no other state has it. That's why I love going there and getting my fill whenever we're there. And then after that, we finished making the basic stuff set up for my scrapbook. And then I stayed the night there. Then come Wednesday morning, she brought me, Tuesday morning, sorry. Got my days mixed up. But Tuesday morning, we went to see my great grandparents and sat and visited with them. Then after that, we waited a little while and did some fun stuff like we walked around, we drove a little back in around my grandmother's neighborhood, and then we settled in. We had pizza again. I can't remember. But then after that, we we got up Wednesday morning, and from there we went to the lake in Lincoln Park. It was fun. I got a little too much sunburnt on my back. And then a little later, we visited with my brother, my little brother, and we went to this fun park called Excalibur. It's not as big as Frankie's up here, but you get the gist. And then Thursday, we went out to the graveyard to see my mom's grave and my granddaddy's. We put down some fresh, those little soap flowers. And we visited a little bit. Then we came in to this little place called Mayberry's and bought a little concrete base. It was about that tall. And it to go on my mom's grave to go with the headstone that's coming in. And we visited a bit with that. And then afterwards, we went, my sister went and hung out with her best friend. And with me and my grandmother, we went and got her nails done. Like, I know mine's chipping, so I gotta get that redone soon. And Friday, I hung out with my grandmother early in the morning, and we started working on more of my scrapbook stuff, and we had breakfast. Then later in the day, my grandmother came and got me. And then, actually, now that I think about it, Thursday wasn't the day I got these done. It was Friday. But Thursday was also really hectic, so you can understand why I've got my days jumbled. But after that, after Friday when we got our nails done, we went and did a few other things. Like, I got to drive. That was quite fun. Then we got to eat fried chicken and I think peach cobbler, which was really, really good. No doubt, really good. Saturday, I went to the Watermelon Festival in Farmville this year. It was really fun. I got my t-shirt from there. Then also we did a few other things. Like, we went back to my cousin's house because I was with my cousin Jessica, and we hung out for a little while. I got to pet and hold most of her pets. She has like a bunch of them. Start out Tessa, first my favorite dog, then Nova, and then Faye and Baby Girl, two of those small dogs. And then she also had two mice, Friday and next Friday. You don't want to know. She has a snake. I can't remember the name of the snake, but I know it's it was Monty. And it's a python. So if you get the joke. Yeah, it's funny. They had Monty Python, and then also they had a cat. Well, kitten. Her name is Smokey. She's great. And then I think that's it for her pets. And then we went and hung out with one of my family friends. His name is Steve, and his wife Rachel, and their brand new baby boy. He's only a few months old. His name is Robert. Robert's his full name, but we call him Rob or Tiny Rob. And we got to hang out with him and see all of the kitties. He has 4. Aria, PJ, Miss Kitty, and Mojo. Mojo was originally mine when we lived with them for a short while. And then we ate pizza. Again, from Johnny's, my favorite place. You get the gist. I like to get my fill. And then after that, on Sunday, we went to church early in the morning, Sunday school youth group at First Baptist. And then after Sunday school, we went into the sermon and we sat and listened as they talked about Matthew chapter 5. For those of you that are religious, I get that. No hard feelings there. And then after church, got out, we went and got Mexican food at this place called Amigos in Monroe area. And then after we went there, we got ice cream at Sonic. Butterfinger Blast. Love it. Love it. And then after that, we settled in at my grandmother's house for a little while to relax and then do a little bit of artwork or so. I made these little things called yo-yos. They're about that big, and they're made out of fabric and thread. And you can really make them easily. And After that, we got ready to go to the gathering, where we do this thing when me and my sister visit Louisiana for a while. We literally go and visit at the Johnny's up the road from my grandmother's house, and we sit and we eat pizza with those that want to say goodbye before we leave, which is kind of becoming a tradition. And from there, we had a bunch of people come out, and it was just great. And then after that, we came home, and as you noticed, I got my hair cut, which I like it. It's short. And I had my grandmother, not my grandmother, my aunt do this because she was licensed to cut hair. So she cut my hair short and my bangs, and that's how why I look different. And so that's how the whole week went before we had to get back on the plane on Monday, which was 2 days ago. And so the trip, the plane ride back was kind of interesting. So we got on the plane in Monroe. No problem really, except for my bag had to go back through twice because they couldn't really see through it. That was the only hitch. And then after that, we got to Atlanta. We got there. We waited a little bit to get off the plane. And then as we got off the plane, we were getting into the airport. We kept checking for where our terminal was. Well, at first it said B17. So we got to B17. The thing wasn't there. We checked the monitors again. It moved to B12. So we had to go to B12. Waited a little while there. Wasn't there yet. Then we went to get Popeyes to eat because me and my sister were starving. And so after that, we go back to B12, and it's our plane didn't leave till 10:15. So we waited, we ate, and after a while, it did come time for us to get on the plane. We did, and we were on there for about an hour and 14 minutes, I believe. And then we got to RDU, which is Raleigh Durham, the airport out there. So after we got off the plane and stuff, we went to baggage claim to get our bags. We waited a while to get our bags. And then our dad came and got us, brought us back to the house, and we chilled out for the rest of the day. I know I was tired after all of this, but as you can tell, it was a long day. This video is very long. I have to get everything out there. Okay. So this was the episode I wanted to do as a story time. So if you enjoyed it, go for it and like on the down there in the bottom section. If you didn't like it, okay. But if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for future episodes, leave them in the comment section below. I know I didn't have any comments or questions or suggestions from the last video yet because I know it's new. It was only a month ago when I first did it. And then anything else, I'd say, as I said, leave it in the comment section. Well, that's all for this episode. I'm glad I got that out there. I hope you enjoyed. If not, okay. So what? But again, thank you for watching.